Sup folks, I'm back to my bullshit again. And welcome back to another episode of Sushii critiques cringy stuff found on the internet but also gives an unbiased opinion at the end. Today I'm gonna be talking about something really special. A Netflix series that has just premiered a few days ago that has been made right in my sunny island of Singapore. And that show goes by the name of Singapore Social. So it's no surprise that Singapore is doing really well. We have the best airport in the world. We have world-class city infrastructure. And just recently, our economy has been ranked #1 for being the most competitive in the world. Wait, is that good? I don't know, is that supposed to be good? Also, did you know that 1 in every 34 Singaporeans are millionaires? So it's pretty obvious that Singapore is rich and a well-to-do city-state. So much so that a movie by the name of Crazy Rich Asians was shot in Singapore. I'm sure many of you have already heard about this movie. And yeah, I think the title's pretty much self-explanatory. And so with this movie being the highest grossing romantic film in a decade, it's no surprise that there will be spin-off of this movie. And Netflix's latest installment does exactly that. Okay, let's take a look at the trailer to see what we are dealing with here.
A group of friends has a connection that is solid.
In Asian culture, it's ingrained in us to really compete. We sacrifice our happiness just to make sure that we're still the best.
I just had this dream. We're part of this movement of the generation of we really want things to change.
So we all live our lives to the fullest.
Okay, right off the bat we can already get a sense of direction of the show. Oh yeah, we're living such a fucking glamorous life. Also, don't forget that mandatory shot of Chinese culture because we are Asian. Also, notice how many shots of Singapore landmarks and city skylines were shown. And it's all within the first 30 seconds of the trailer. Like, okay, we get it man, we are a rich and modern city. We also introduced a few of the characters. So we have heavily tattooed Ang Kong Xiao stud, and goddamn is he good looking but no homo. This dancer chick who can't really decide what color hair she wants. A businessy corporate lady, probably to show that Singapore's a business hub. And a singer, and I know this girl, I've seen her before, like in, I think Singapore Idol. Yeah, she's Tabitha. And also this guy, who's probably a filmmaker slash photographer. I like how every filmmaker dude just does this. I'm a filmmaker. Yo, what's your career, man? I'm a film.
We were really stressed here with our parents, just like,
What about your happiness?
Sometimes we just wanna be rebellious.
You will always have your family, and you have your own life.
all my ex-boyfriends are everywhere.
All my ex-boyfriends are everywhere.
Oh, brother!
She's nosing into other people's business.
Do you like him for her?
Are you into her or no? Do you find that other women could be intimidated by you?
They better be.
They better be.
Oh, yes! I love shows that feature frivolous drama and relationship problems that don't really matter.
All my ex-boyfriends are everywhere. Do you like him for her?
Are you into her or no?
Hey man, you seem really down. Is anything wrong? Did someone close to you pass on? Or did someone get caught in an accident? No, it's worse than that. My ex-girlfriends are everywhere. It's just so hard, man. Janelle works at Starbucks, so now I can't get my coffee. Jen works at my favorite LV store, so now I can't get my bags from there. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the hospital to visit my mom. I'm not sure why you called me all the way down here for, but yeah, see you.
I just wasn't happy trying to be somebody that I was not.
I feel like I'm opening myself up to the world.
Cheers, boys.
The beautiful thing with the whole group, we all kind of found a little bit of ourselves within each other.
To really understand the plights of the person on your left is to really learn about yourself.
What? Okay, first up, what the fuck is up with this ugly ass font? Ew! Please fire your graphic design artist. This is an unacceptable sin. Unacceptable! Unacceptable! Holy shit. It looks like I'm watching a news broadcast, like a Channel 5 news broadcast. And tonight on Singapore Social, boyfriends are on the loose in the streets of Singapore. Okay, what's going on here, man? I haven't found a single thing that I can relate to. And I'm a Singaporean. What the hell is this? If there's one thing that this trailer is telling me is that I'm a broke-ass bitch. Oh, you don't visit our exquisite bar, See La Vie, every night to discuss your boyfriend problems? You're broke. You don't hang around MBS? Broke. And I don't know, I'm just getting this very pretentious vibe from the whole trailer. Like, I get that they're trying to show Singapore as a very rich and vibrant city, but it's just so far from reality that it has come to the point of being very try-hard and cringy. Let's take a look at the comments. Never seen this many people hungry for validation. Great, another show about how Singapore is rich and doesn't actually show our culture. Woohoo! 西米兰教eh! Peer into the lives of young pseudo-western banana in yellow and brown color. Walao eh, Netflix, let Lim Pei and my Hui girlfriends produce some real Singapore drama for you lah. Not to be rude, but I see no purpose for this and I'm a Singaporean myself. Sorry Netflix, we'll totally skip this one. I get where they're coming from. Those were my first reactions from the trailer as well. But I don't want to base my whole opinion just by the trailer. So I'm gonna do you guys a huge favor by binge watching this series and letting you know my thoughts. You're very welcome. I'm just a loyal servant of the internet. Okay, so this show is about 8 episodes long, one episode being about 30 minutes long. So see you in 4 hours. Pray for me.
Boom.
Holy shit, I can't believe I just did that. Okay, first thought, I felt like I just watched a giant advertisement for Singapore Tourism Board. My neighbor's doing some construction work now, so I apologize for the poor sound quality. Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, everything seemed like it came out of an Instagram post where it tried to be as eye-catching as possible. And that's fine and all if it's a fictional movie like Crazy Rich Asians. But Singapore Social is supposedly a reality TV show, and that is definitely not reality. I'm pretty sure none of us are eating at MBS for every meal. And after consuming this 8-course meal served up by Singapore Social, I'm demanding for a full refund. It was a dish that looked Singaporean, had all the prettiest ingredients and perfect plating, but it just didn't taste local, not one bit. Yeah, I guess the trailer really fulfilled its promise. It is as advertised on the trailer. Yeah, so essentially the cast is a bunch of racially mixed Singaporeans hanging out at expensive bars to drink and talk about relationship problems. The only decent thing about the show was the relationship between 37-year-old Paul Foster and his mum. Like, this dude seemed like a all-round nice guy, and he's a likable character. Although it kind of felt weird because he seemed a little too old to be hanging around 20-somethings. But yeah, I would give this show a solid 3 ex-boyfriends. It's a generically average show without much depth, so don't expect to see any deep, complex issues in the show, although it did try to talk about some pressing issues such as women empowerment, sustainability, Asian family values. But after one scene of that, it's back to let's talk about our relationships. Give me a fucking break. How do you expect your audience to take your points seriously when your characters spend 80% of their time talking about the cute boy that they saw at a club last night? Back to whole age. Fuck, man. Really? So if this series isn't for the everyday Singaporean, who is it for? Well, for international audiences who want a cherry-picked view of the affluent young Singaporean battling their not-so-important dramas and relationship problems, Singapore Social fits that criteria perfectly. Yeah, the show is basically a poster child for the glamorous Asian and is basically riding off the wave that Crazy Rich Asians has set in motion. Yeah, although it's interesting to note that this series actually got the funding from Netflix to be produced. Like, someone actually pitched this idea to the executives over at Netflix, and they actually gave the stamp of approval. Yes, go ahead and make that pretentious show about Singapore. But you know, I guess that's why shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians is 17 seasons strong. People like to escape from their shitty, boring lives and live vicariously through the lives of the rich and famous. And maybe that was the intention of the filmmakers and producers behind Singapore Social. But honestly, for Singapore's first Netflix production, they could have gotten a proper filmmaker to create something different and show the creativity of Singaporeans. And also hire a better graphic artist. I mean, okay, Singapore Social tried so hard to portray Singapore as having a culture and somewhat of a creative scene. But the very production of the show is so superficially mundane and boring. You know, I mean, they should have just gotten the guys over at NSF TV to create a series with real depth and story. If you don't know, NSF TV is a local YouTube channel that produces some quality content, if I may say. So shout out to those guys. So the question remains, should we raise our Singapore flag high and be proud that we have gained some international recognition for being on a massively popular streaming site such as Netflix? To be honest, I can't help but feel good that we actually have a Singaporean show streaming on Netflix, even though it is a very, very false view of Singapore. But I kinda get why they're doing this. It's mainly to appeal to international audiences, so it's understandable that the everyday Singaporean cannot relate to it. But in essence, my answer is yes. I am happy to see a Singaporean show on Netflix, and I really do hope that the international audience will enjoy it. But it's just not my cup of tea, and it is not a show that I would wear as a badge of honor. So that's it for today's video. And of course, the construction has stopped right when I'm ending my video, so that's fucking terrific. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, fuck, man.